I've been in this profession now for 23, 24 years. And it's not that things were, perfect. It's not that we didn't make mistakes. And it's not that governments did not try to control the narrative even then. It's a fact. Any government which is in power, whether it was the Congress back then or governments that are in power in different states today, they want to control the media narrative. They want to set the agenda. So, they'll call newsrooms, they'll call editors, they'll try to get a story dropped, they'll try to get a ticker changed. It'll be the most, inane things that, that will irk them. And they will try to use their influence to set the headlines the way that they want to. What's been different in the last decade or so is the kind of, I think, one is the very visible capitulation of the mainstream media to the establishment, where you have very few. In fact, in television, I would say today, almost no critical voices of the establishment and of the government. The job of journalists is to be critical and to hold power to account, and that doesn't mean holding only the opposition to account, right? So you now see a mainstream media and TV in particular that's completely sort of, when it was asked to bend, it didn't just crawl, it's just literally prostrated and has no critical view at all. Not even a critical view, I would say, even a fair and balanced perspective on what's going on. There's no balance on TV anymore. To be honest, the print media by and large is not that different. It's just that it's couched in the fact that it's a newspaper. You'll have op-eds, things that are couched in a newspaper, headlines that are removed from the front page and put on page 13 because it may make the government uncomfortable. So I think the good journalism that is being done today is basically by, sections of the digital media, a couple of good newspapers that still hold truth to power, and that's it. So that space has shrunk, where people are actually asking tough, where journalists are asking tough questions. And I think that's been the sort of sea change. Look, whatever it is, the UPA government was hammered by the press, and rightly so, whether it was on scams or inaction or the silence of the leadership at that time. And that was justified, and that's what we were supposed to do. We're not seeing that kind of questioning today.
So, what basic tenet of journalism, in a sense, right, that has been let go, in your opinion?
Just doing our job. I don't think journalists, I mean, I don't even call many of them journalists anymore, but I think we've just forgotten what the media's job is supposed to be. We're not here to be cheerleaders of the government. We're here to ask questions. We're supposed to be asking questions. And when you look at the state of Indian television in particular, it's very sad to see the ground reporting is almost missing anywhere you go. I mean, Manipur is a classic example of that, where frankly it took a video to come out onto the internet and onto the social media for the national media to wake up, because there was so much outrage on social media. I mean, even the police didn't act until that outrage kind of came out on social media. But where was the rest of the mainstream press and the national press in Manipur before that? People just kind of started flying in and going in to do some ground reporting only post that horrendous video that shocked all of us. Whatever few reactions we got from the government only came after that. So that kind of basic journalism, where you went and reported a story, checked facts, where you didn't just blindly take a press release and regurgitate that as news, that's not happening anymore. Very few people are actually doing that.